So I'm about to go through some of my recovery work. I do a lot of different things kind of behind the scenes to keep myself kind of fine-tuned, if you will, make sure everything's working right, make sure nothing's kind of bothering me, aggravated, that type of thing. So with all the heavy training that I do and go through on a weekly basis, I get beat up. I mean, my body just takes a beating constantly. So I definitely go to different people for treatment, but I have to do a lot of it on my own, because even with going to those appointments, there's little things that pop up. There's little kind of general maintenance things that I need to do to make sure that I'm not letting things get too far or opening myself up unnecessarily for getting hurt. So a lot of the stuff that I do, really, I have a lot of it set up here at home, so I don't have to leave. I can come out, I can just go through. I've got several different devices. I've invested quite a bit of money myself into my recovery because it's that important. So I need to make sure that I have what I need. I have the tools necessary to get the job done, so I can work on essentially whatever. So today, thankfully, I'm not as beat up. I don't have big things going on that I need to work on too much, but it's kind of just an make sure everything's kind of moving, make sure that I'm working on kind of getting my body moving to recover here. So we'll just kind of run through it here and have some fun going through it, and hopefully feel a lot better after I'm done. One of the things that I use almost every single day as part of my warm-up and recovery work is this device. It's called a Swiss Swing, and this is you know, if you kind of walked in the gym or didn't know what it was, it's something you might just kind of walk by and say, well, that's nothing really, or whatever. This device was not cheap. It was actually really expensive, and it's something that I knew that I was going to utilize almost every single day. So that's why I invested in it, because it's so important. It keeps me moving, and it's something that I do every day before training. Anytime I'm gonna train, I'll hit this a little bit to warm my body up. And also I use it obviously on my recovery days, just like this. So you can see there, I can turn it on and then control how fast it's going. And you'll be able to see how it works on me here. So for this one, probably my favorite thing to do on this is my calves. And you'll be able to see here how it works, but it's just a great way to kind of go through the muscle tissue, make it work a little bit here and loosen up. So what I'll do is essentially just try to find, you know, some tight spots, anything that's a little bit tighter, and then I'll kind of apply a little bit of pressure, and then just make sure I'm kind of flexing my foot back and forth on that point. So if it's a little bit tighter, I just want to get it to loosen up. My recovery work, I'm pretty much doing something almost every single day, whether that's pre-training or post-training or on my off days. I will then do a little bit more of more specific work on the off days, and I can go a little bit harder, get sometimes, if I need to, a little bit deeper into the muscle tissues that are bothering me. Whereas pre-training, I wouldn't want to do that as hard. I want to just kind of warm myself up and get ready to go. So there's a little bit of a method to the madness, but with the way that strongman works, we're not training necessarily one body part or one specific group of muscles. So it's a little bit harder when you're trying to talk about treatment and recovery to get into things. So I have to manage to when I'm doing what treatment and making sure that it's not conflicting or taken away from my training. All right, so the next thing that I really like to use myself is Boudu Floss. And this is made by Rogue with Mobility Wad, which is Kelly Starrett, who's awesome with everything. Mobility, you name it, that guy's pretty much a genius. So this is something that is easy to use by yourself for the most part, and I really like it, mainly for me that number one areas that I utilize it is calves and then forearms. So it's nice that they came out with a thicker, a little bit heavier Boudu Floss. So if you have quite a bit of muscle tissue, this is something you want to look at, especially if you're larger, because it'll cover more surface area with one wrap, and you don't have to re-wrap it again. So what we'll do now, since we've kind of gone through and loosened up the calves now, we're going to throw this on, and I'm going to go through some stretches, trying to get that tissue to move and loosen up, just get some blood flow in there as well once we pull this off. And I normally leave this on for somewhere 1 to 2 minutes is about what I do, and then when it's time to come off, you can definitely tell that it's time to come off. So you get that wrap off, and then all that blood will rush back in. And this is something with this Boudu Floss, I would say I do roughly 2 to 3 times a week, something like that. I feel like it's really beneficial. It's something that, like I said, it's really easy. The bands don't really cost that much. You can use them, I haven't worn them out yet at all. So, it's something that you can use a lot and get a lot of benefit from, especially the overuse areas. Like I said, for me, the biggest benefit is the forearms and the calves. So we'll do that as well now once we get into the forearm work, I'll hit that as well. One of my favorite things to do for recovery is hot and cold tubs. So what I'll do here is I'll basically just go back and forth between, I start on hot and then jump in cold and then just go back and forth. So really, I think this provides a tremendous recovery benefit. I feel a lot fresher with my training. I feel like, it's something that I'll utilize. Normally for me, I'll do this, I would say probably 2 times a week, 2 to 3 at the most. Not something every single day, but 2 to 3 times a week, I feel like it provides a really big benefit to recovery. So certainly not for the faint-hearted, and something that not everybody's going to do, even if they know how good it is for them, and how much benefit it can provide. Jumping into a very cold tub of water is not easy, and so I actually like it even more because it's a mental test as well. So makes you more mentally strong. It's something that I've conditioned myself to deal with.
Damn it. Oh. I bet the strength test is amazing.
Steam coming off of it.
There was still steam coming off when it got out of the cold. We were just talking about like how many pounds. Yeah. So cold.
All right, camera's on you.
Let's go, Andy. Come on, you got this. Come on.
Lightweight.
Big rep. Come on. That's straight, dude.
Lightweight.
Lightweight. Nothing but a peanut.
There you go, buddy.
Oh.
Yes.
You fucking win, motherfucker. You better fucking. Got this. Easy. I told Ange when he told me about the ticket out here, I was like, this motherfucker just got me in the hot tub.
Yeah.
This motherfucker just got, he doesn't know it yet, but this motherfucker got me in the hot tub. Ooh. Apparently I'm a whore for first class. Like, I'll do a lot. I'll do a lot for first class plane tickets.
That's awesome.